Welcome to another edition of the Wichita Dinner Table. Today is Wednesday, October 30th. It's the Halloween edition, so everybody's coming in costume. I'm going to change mine, but real quick, this week's hat is from Lunar Pickleball. One of the owners is actually from Wichita, and he decided to start his own pickleball company. So they sell paddles, apparel, really cool stuff. Actually picked up a paddle to use. Haven't tried it yet, but I'll report back on that one. Moving on, let's get on to the Halloween edition. Today's guest, or co-host, back, we have the Kansas Gastronomist.
What's going on, Eddie?
Hey, Eddie.
We have
I didn't even get it.
Troy Trussell with Live Local, who's not here with us actually today.
I guess I didn't show up today.
We have DJ Carbon.
Bam, 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 bam. I don't know. Troy's not here to hit my effects. Oh, he is.
There we go.
Oh.
We have Murray Award-winning Annette Lawless.
Hi.
And we also have Louie the Clown. And then myself. So let's get in costume. I'm going to turn my mic off real quick because I got to get mine on. Give me a second.
Evergy.
So I am, my costume this year is, I am Town West Mall's worst nightmare.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Carbon?
Very good.
Yes. Dr. Robotnik or Eggman, depending on which generation you come from. But yes.
Very nice.
My evil nemesis Sonic here getting tortured off screen.
I'm a Dr. Robotnik guy. On that.
Yep.
The original TKG.
That's me. I'm finally revealed. I'll probably return back to my normal thing next week, though.
Is that a bingo hat?
I love bingo.
It.
Who doesn't
I
love bingo?
Yeah.
I love it. Love
I'm
it.
a really good bingo ball caller, actually. Been doing it for years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
TKG number 2?
They actually call me the bingo barker.
Oh, my gosh.
I've never actually been called that before, so
TKG number 2. How you doing?
I'm good. Good to be here.
And Annette.
Hi. I don't have an alter. I just love Hocus Pocus, so
Who doesn't?
you gotta love it. It's good.
Fan of the sequel? Yay, nay,
Yeah.
mid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen it, the sequel. So I know, which is shocking. We have Disney Plus, but every time we're on there, we got to watch something Frozen. So that's my life right now.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, well, one
We're
day.
going to get screenshots of everybody's costumes. And we have the watchers, readers, everyone online vote for it. The last place finisher, who gets the least amount of votes, will place a donation to Socktoberfest. It's a sock drive for the homeless, put on by Color the World Project. So yeah, all the socks will go to the needy. It's a local organization here in town that makes the world more colorful through acts of kindness. So we'll see.
That's
We'll see
awesome.
who wins it. I have my predictions on who's going to get the least amount of votes. But
I
I'm gonna
just
keep that
have to say, I would vote for TKG number 2 because I am just watching him and I'm just like, oh my god, that's me.
It is.
He's so spot on. It's perfect. Oh my
He's been studying mannerisms for weeks now and just like, oh, I got this.
Yeah.
That's
So, what did y'all do this past week? I know,
Oh,
Carbon, you
my
had
goodness.
a busy week.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did all the things. The Wichita Emerald City Tattoo Expo was absolutely amazing. I was there for 3 days. We had Carousel Skate Center's 50-year anniversary. We did all 70s all night long. That was such a vibe for the
Fun.
adult night. I got to be part of Tallgrass Film Festival for their awards banquet. Yeah, we didn't stop. I think in total, I was on stage for 40 plus hours over 3 days.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
If you had to pick one event that was your favorite that stuck out the most, what would you pick?
Oh,
Not to belittle the other events, because there's some
They're
good
all
ones you
amazing.
listed.
I mean,
Yeah.
the highlights of the Wichita Tattoo Expo were amazing, but there was a lot of time there. So, I mean, I kind of was there. But Carousel, I mean, I've been there for so many years now, and to do an all 70s, it just felt so good. And to be a part of 50 years, I mean, they just got a spot in my heart. So, I mean, I love the family, love the people there. So it was just such a vibe. And playing all 70s disco throwbacks in a skate rink. I mean, that's like 14-year-old me is very jealous of where I'm at in my life right now.
My
That's
goodness.
Yeah.
I ran into Troy at Carousel on Friday. We went to the family portion of the 50th. He is quite the skater. Pretty good skater. I'll give him that.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I think I could still take him though.
We're still in character. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, I
This
did
is even better. I'm voting for
one
you,
lap.
number one.
I did one lap around the skate rink, and then my legs started to hurt, and I was like worried for my safety. I didn't have my hard hat on, so it was tough.
So what you're saying is that's what we should have had as a foodie challenge if we wanted Eddie to not finish at the top of the list.
100%.
Right.
I would be
Skating.
the worst skater.
I think we ought to do
Then
it.
I attended. I think my first time went to Clausmeyer Pumpkin Patch.
Yeah.
Out.
Oh, cool.
It's out by Clearwater, I think, or something like that. I forget. But
We were there too this
really?
weekend. Yeah.
Our daughter's
Very nice.
school pumpkin patch trip was there, so we checked it out on, I think it was Friday morning. It was cold out. I think
Right.
it was like 40 or 50 degrees. Not most ideal weather, but it warmed up. Really a lot of stuff to do there. We picked up a pumpkin, watched a cow get milked. Her name was Nellie, so shout out to Nellie. And then after that, I had to go to Town West and collect on some bills. And then after that, I had lunch with the original TKG over at Layali in Derby.
Yeah. Yeah, that
That looked good.
was good for sure. I thought it was I enjoyed my time. I thought the place was beautiful. I loved that they sold cigars. They had a nice little patio that I assume people smoke the cigars at. And I enjoyed all the food that we got.
Hey, TKG number 2, how did Troy do at Moneyball at Chicken and Pickle?
He was telling me he did pretty good. It was his first time emceeing an event ever, and he had help with Caitlin Locklear. But from what I hear, they did a pretty good job, and it was a lot of fun. Wichita did lose the match 2-1 though to Kansas City. The women's group started out and they did good. They won, but the mixed group got beat by Kansas City, and the men's team got beat by Kansas City as well. But it was a really good game. He said they tied it up 2 or 3 times to go into like a third set to lose the match in overtime, basically. So, but it was a lot of fun. VIP was sold out, and he said they had a really good time.
It's awesome.
I did get to see Troy over at the Tattoo Expo as well. Brought his kid and took in some wrestling that was going on. It was good times.
Did he get a tattoo?
Yeah.
I did not see that if it did, but I don't know. You'd have to ask him when he comes back around.
We'll have to ask him next week if he got one.
Fair enough.
Well, shout out to Troy. We miss you. Hope to have you back next week. All right, real quick, we're going to shoot things over to an interview with Louie the Clown. Up next, I am beyond thrilled to have Louie the Clown. Welcome, Louie. You've been out of the limelight for almost a decade. You are a true icon of Wichita, the face of Joyland. I mean, if there was an 8 wonders of Wichita, Joyland's definitely on that list. And if there's a Mount Rushmore of Wichita, you're arguably one of those headstones on there. I'm thinking you, Crazy Mike, God rest his soul, and the other spots, debatable. So let's get to it. Back in 2015, you were found. This after being clown-napped and missing for almost 10 years. No one thought they would find you, but one day the cops did find you, and thank God, like you're home. What was it like being in someone's house and unable to get out? Scary. Yeah, I could not imagine being held hostage for a decade. Is there anything scarier than that? Pawnee and Broadway Walmart. I agree to disagree, but anyways, I don't know if you saw it, but stealing icons in Wichita has picked up recently. Over the past summer, I think a couple months ago, the Michelin Man was man-napped at the Pump House. Thoughts on that? Thieves suck. I can agree with you on that. So nowadays, your new home is at Twisted Oz Motorcycle Museum in Augusta. It's a great place if you've never been there. They have tons of motorcycles going back to like 1905 all the way to present. So it's a cool place to check out. Anyways, that's your home now. And with that, you haven't made any appearances in Wichita recently. That's made for a new clown to kind of take over. Over at Kansas Grown Farmers Market, there's another clown there called Troubles the Clown who makes balloon animals for kids. Have you ever met him yet? Any thoughts on him? My wife left me for him while I was gone. Your wife left you? Who, Bertie? Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Perhaps one day you'll find love again. If you do, I am an ordained minister and can help. We could do the wedding at the Joyland Carousel, which sits at Botanica. How about that? Can DJ Carbon DJ my wedding? Well, I'm sure if we ask him, he would. He loves being the soundtrack for any big events, like your upcoming wedding, if you find a new bride. Anyways, thank you so much, Louie, for joining us. It's been years since you've made a public appearance, and I'm sure many people in Wichita miss you. You are a core memory for many of us, and my main motivating factor for getting good grades, so I can come into Joyland on Report Card Day and ride all those rides. Any last words? I love the Wichita Dinner Table. I appreciate that. We love you, Louie. Thanks again. And we're back. All right, upcoming events. So, obviously, as everybody knows, we've talked about it the last couple weeks. Wild Lights runs at the Central County Zoo every Wednesday through Sunday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. That will be there until December 22nd. Tomorrow is Halloween. So all the trunk-or-treat events, all the trick-or-treating. Is anybody going trick-or-treating tomorrow? Nobody.
I hate
Nobody?
trick-or-treating.
Yeah. Well, my kids. Yeah. So.
Oh, you take it. Yeah.
I love it because my sister, she has like hundreds of kids who come to their neighborhood and they have like a real elaborate setup. She lives in Mulvane and like they have prizes, they have drinks, they have candy, of course, and then like parents who come and hang out. We have like kind of like a potluck. So it is delicious. Lots of Asian food, lots of everything. It's the best. The best.
Hey, TKG number 2. Do you know if Troy's taking the kids trick-or-treating?
He invited me over to his house. He has like a chili cook-off every year with his neighbors, but I don't really like that guy, and his chili sucks, so I'm probably not going to go.
Yep, that sounds like something. Yep, that sounds about right.
We have our friends over on every Halloween, or last 2, I should say. We hook up a little trailer to a golf cart. We take all the kids around the neighborhood and let them, run wild, do their trick-or-treating. And so it's something we look forward to every year. Also, we do a pumpkin carving contest every Halloween, too. So be on the lookout for that on Facebook, because I ask everyone on Facebook to do the voting for our pumpkin carving contest. We've done it since, I think, 2006 or something like that. It's been
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That's great. Yeah.
Oh, right. On to the rest of the events this week. Friday and Saturday, Beneath the Surface, Dance from Within. It's at Mary Jane Teal Theater. If you've never heard of it, it brings 6 captivating contemporary dance works to Wichita. It includes 2 world premieres and choreography by Dance Magazine's top 25 to watch artist, Kia S. Smith. Saturday, the American Cancer Society's Cattle Barons Ball at Wichita Marriott, starting at 5 p.m. And then it's also the 50th anniversary of the Church of the Magdalene Bazaar from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 12626 East 21st Street North. This is if you've never been to the Magdalene Bazaar.
Oh my gosh. Huge.
Yeah, it's like, you can't put into words how packed and big this one is. And for it to be the 50th, I think they're really going all out. On Sunday at Congregation Emmanuel's, it's their annual Deli Day at 1850 North Woodlawn from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Jewish dishes, $20 per meal. You get your tickets at wichitadeliday.com. It's been a few years since I've been to this one, but Jewish foods, it's hard to find in Wichita. Yes. So this is the day to get out there and get it.
I went last year. It was good.
My whole family gets together to go. I'm with you, man. It's phenomenal. I mean, I grew up in a highly Jewish neighborhood in New York. We didn't have a YMCA. We had a YMHA. It was a Young Men's Hebrew Association, legitimately. So Jewish food was a staple. Every Friday, my mom would come home with fresh challah from work and all this. So in order to get some matzah ball soup and some challah, makes me very ecstatic every year when that comes around.
Warms your heart. Yeah.
Yes.
That'll be
Carbon-
the spot I'm probably going to check out before Sunday football.
Carbon, I'll
Also,
go with you if
I'm-
you don't go with your family.
100%. Yeah, no, I'm in. I'll give you a shout. We'll make it happen. I love it.
Sweet.
Also on Sunday is the 45th annual Wichita Toy Run. Lineup begins at 9 a.m. for all those who want to show up. All right. Now it's time to move on to the Trussell Truths, sponsored by Trussell Media. Since he's not here today, we're going to pass it on to TKG number 2.
Oh yeah, he sent me something to do for this. Let me see if I can find it here. Just 1 second. Oh yeah, here it is. You know that. Did you know that in the White Stripes song, Seven Nation Army, Jack White talks about Wichita?
I
you
did
know
not
that?
know.
I did not.
He does. He brings up Wichita, escaping to Wichita for this opera Evermore, because it's like Wichita is apparently the place that Jack White wants to come to get away from all the fame and the crazy stuff going on in his life. So if you didn't know that
Good to know.
As a DJ in Wichita, I did. I'm glad he passed that one along. It's the opening to the third verse. I'm going to Wichita.
That's
I
right.
use that a lot.
and
They
if you've
actually
ever-
they play that song at Shocker games, and it never even dawned on me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He has been pretty tight-lipped about saying why he used Wichita, but if you listen to the lyrics, like, it's his escape. So who knows? Maybe he escapes here and he wears a costume and we don't even know that he's here.
Oh.
Could be.
TKG3. Wow.
TKG3. Jack White.
All right.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks. Trussell
There you go.
Truths.
Trussell Truth, sponsored by Trussell Media. All right. Up next, things in the community. There have been a few openings that did take place. Number 1, Eclipse Bar and Grill took over the former Augustino Brewery and Angry Elephant space at 756 North Tyler Road. It's a new bar. They do an eclectic menu of like Italian, Tex-Mex, American fare, like pizzas and whatnot.
Wow.
Also opened recently is Vo's Kitchen at 2130 North Tyler Road. It's a quick service Chinese restaurant. I've actually been there 3 times since they opened. The hot and sour soup is phenomenal.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yes. The
I saw you post about that.
yeah,
the
I
other
want to say
day.
the brother-in-law, I believe it is, or brother of the former Grandma Twee's restaurant is the owner of Vo's Kitchen. So
Okay. Yum.
if you loved Grandma Twee's, I would definitely check that one out. If you love hot and sour soup, 100% you got to go. Also recently opened is Love's Travel Stop at 1504 East 21st Street North. It's right off 135. Huge travel stop. I mean, you're talking like RV stops, truck stops, showers, laundry facilities, the whole gamut.
Yeah, it was filled with trucks this morning when I
Oh,
passed
really?
by.
Eddie,
Yeah.
have you been there?
I have been there actually. I
Saw
went
your
over
post.
I went over the weekend to go do a food review and get some pictures of the place. But FYI, if you ever go, pictures are not allowed. So
Who says?
there was a manager. I think she was a manager because she was wearing like a blue vest versus everybody else had a different colored vest. And I was taking pictures of the menu, taking pictures of like the chip aisle, the excuse me, the soft drinks. I took a picture of the sign that showed how many showers were available, 3. And just doing like, various photos. And then I went to the
Thank you.
deli area, and I was taking pictures of the food menu and the cost. And some lady walks up, pokes me on the shoulder, like, "You can't take a picture of that sign." And I go, "The food menu?" She goes, "Yeah, you can't take a picture of that." I'm like, "Okay." And I picked up some food and went about my business and left. Yeah, I was like, that's kind of odd, but
That's
if it's
weird.
their policy, it's their policy. I'll live by it.
I'm taking pictures. Sorry.
But
I take
Challenge
pictures at
accepted.
place. I know, like everyone's going to do it now. I do it a lot because sometimes I like to reference back. Like if I want to look at, a menu again and be like, I want to go back
Yeah.
there and get this, give me an idea. Or if someone asks, I can be like, here.
apparently someone told
disservice.
me, someone said in the comments, you can't take pictures inside Target either, which I found kind of odd as well. Because like if I'm going out and doing grocery shopping for my family, I have this list of stuff and I get confused. So I take pictures of stuff. I'm like, hey, is this the right thing? Hey, here's the options. Pick which one you want. So I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
maybe
I
that's
don't.
backlash from all the mannequins scaring people memes that were in every Target
Oh,
everywhere
yeah.
for the longest time. They're like,
Oh
no
my
more.
goodness. Yeah. Well, I will say if you're a member of the media, you definitely have to have permission. Like you call it's not fun, but you got to call corporate. They have to make, whatever. And sometimes
Fair.
it'll happen. But I mean, it's just such a hoop that you have to go through that I feel like if you want to go in a grocery store, for example, I just try to go for like like leakers or something. They're usually more like, okay, yeah, come on in or whatever versus, something bigger. So not that the bigger places are bad. It's just you have to go through more hoops. So yeah, just so you know. You wanted to know that.
So now I know. And I mean, if she stopped me and goes like, hey, what are you taking pictures for? I would have told her, but I'm going to abide by it. I was going to blur out the pictures and I'll have some laughs out of it, but hey, no harm, no foul. All right. Also taking place in the community, next Tuesday, it's a pretty big day. Don't know if you've heard, but it's going to be election day. And the city of Wichita wants to make sure voters can get to the polls. So what they're doing is they're offering free rides to the polls. The free rides are available the start of the morning of election day and runs through 7 p.m. So if you need a ride to the poll, that's your option. Make sure you get out and vote Tuesday, or you can go beforehand. I heard it's like an hour, 2-hour wait for the.
No way.
Yeah, I know there's one over at 21st and was it Ridge Road, the extension office? I heard there's a pretty long wait there.
Right. Well,
Really?
by now, the satellite locations are open, so you'll have more options.
Yeah.
Usually, I feel like when reporting this stuff in years past, election day is not a big deal. Like it's the days leading up that usually are busy because people want to avoid the lines, but then that just creates the problem
lines.
earlier. Yeah. So, pro tip.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Make sure you get out and vote. Have fun. All right. Let's move on to the weather, which TKG will be giving the weather report today.
I'm happy
Well,
to do it.
You're happy to do it?
Would you like me to, TKG1?
Sure, I'll defer to you.
All right. Today is the day before Halloween. So here's your Halloween forecast. Tomorrow, the low is 42 degrees and the high is going to be 61 with sunny skies. Friday, it's going to be a low of 41 with a high of 66. So some beautiful weather coming up. Saturday, we have a chance of storms rolling in, a 55% chance. So this is Kansas, so that could change really quickly. But a high of 68 on Saturday. Let's see. On Sunday, we have another chance of rain, a 45% chance, and a high of 69. Monday, 35% chance of rain with a high of 66. And that is as far as I'm going to go. But I did want to leave you with a great joke here. Why did the weather break up with the forecast?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Because it just couldn't precipitate where the relationship was going. Back to
That was
you,
a
Eddie.
terrible
That was
Back
a
to
great,
you,
that was
Eddie.
a great joke.
Great.
That was pretty good.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God. My cheeks hurt so much.
I'm getting better. I'm trying to get better at my jokes.
I hate you. Just pure hatred.
TKG2, thanks for that. Was probably one of the best weather reports I've heard.
Oh
you know,
my
like
God.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate
So
it. I've
good.
been really working on it.
I just have to say
tell.
one thing. I don't know where you got your weather information, but it's a much higher percentage chance of rain this weekend. Just
And I'm
saying.
disappointed. I didn't know about the wind. I don't know how windy it's going to be. Come on.
TKG1, did you have a joke for the day? FYI, let's see how it compares.
I did not have a joke for the day. I've got one in my back pocket. So one quick question, Eddie. Do you tell dad jokes?
I mean, yes, I do.
Well, I don't always tell dad jokes, but when I do, he laughs.
Okay. All right.
Little boop.
But,
It's a dad
let's move on
joke.
to online shout-outs on that note.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
God.
Bryn Schaefer wants to shout out Confections of a Midnight Baker. Recently, they held a cookie decorating class that benefited 2 shelters. If you want to support them, they'll actually be at the Church of the Magdalene Bazaar this weekend. And Amber Gostry, hope I pronounced that right, wants to shout out Club Hope. Has anybody ever heard of this place?
I
I
think
think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
it
know.
I
sounds familiar.
had no idea what Club Hope was, but I looked it up.
Okay.
They're located at 11931 West Central Avenue. Club Hope is a fitness community specializing in active aging, senior fitness, and cancer survivorship. They offer services to those who have been diagnosed with cancer at any stage, as well as those who support and care for them. So a lot of times you can go there. They offer some free classes every now and then. I saw they do like a free massage chair deal on Tuesdays. But yeah, if you know of a cancer survivor, pass this on to them. If you know someone who works with them, pass this on to them. It's a place to kind of help uplift them and give them a chance to stay active. Okay. Question. We had one question of the day. This one, well, everybody answer this one, but the premier person to answer this one would be Carbon. What is your favorite song to play to get people riled up,
Ooh, like riled up, like
to have fun, to get the party started? You got one song to choose.
Because I was gonna say, if you're going straight riled up, like crank energy, you're going like turn down for what, jump around, like that's just instant energy. But that's more sporting event energy than dance
Yeah.
floor. I mean, if you're
That's
talking
fun.
dance floor, I got to know the crowd. But my personal number one is probably going to be some Michael Jackson. If you're a little bit younger demographic, maybe some Bruno Mars. But
Which Bruno Mars and which Michael
That's
Jackson?
good.
okay, if I had to pick, see now we're getting like at the personal effects. But if I had to say most effective for a dance floor, MJ, we're going PYT.
Okay.
Absolutely PYT.
Young
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yes. Bruno, I think the most universal is probably Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk just
That's a good
hits,
one.
man. It does not fail. I will say that. It does not fail.
Annette, what song gets you up and going? Like what song?
I like that. I like Uptown Funk. I was trying to think of like anything that I like Justin Timberlake, but I don't know if like Justin Timberlake stuff is stuff that people like at a party. Because I'm thinking of like or like Happy by Pharrell, but I don't know if like that's really like my kids love it. I don't know. Got to read the room too.
TKG1. What song would you choose?
Spice Girls.
Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire for sure.
Banger.
TKG number 2.
James Taylor, Fire and Rain really gets me going.
That sounds like a TKG answer.
There's a fire theme.
Yeah.
What about you, Eddie?
I would probably go with Usher's Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, I grew up, and my party stage was
Really?
like early 2000s, so
Yes.
that was a song that was like always going on.
Well, and that one has transcended to all age demographics. I mean, you got grandma and grandpa out there getting into that song. Similar to like This Is How We Do It was the same song from 10 years prior. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all time. It's just universal
so good.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Love it.
All right. Let's move on to what's good in Wichita. It's time for everyone to come prepared with something heartwarming they've seen, someone that deserves a shout out, someone doing good work in the community. I want to shout out the volunteers at the poll booths. It is almost like a thankless job. I mean, they're there. It's long hours throughout the day. They're always sweet. I remember like one time I went to go vote, and the lady goes, "Did you go to Magdalene?" And I was like, "Yeah, I went to Magdalene like 30, 40 years ago." She's like, "I was your lunch lady." And no idea. Like, I was like, I finally put 2 and 2 together.
That's awesome.
But I was like, man, do I still look the same like when I was 8 years old? She goes, yes. And then she was like, I recognize the name. And I remember like your mom and everything. And that was really cool. And she's like,
That's
she
so
loves
cute.
doing it. I mean, the people that volunteer have a real passion for it. So props to them. Shout out to them. Good luck next week.
Yeah, I see Troy's dad there all the time. He volunteers every time there's an election.
Thanks,
That's
TKG
weird.
number 2.
Go way back.
Let's see
so
Troy's
nice.
dad there.
TKG number 2. Yours a shout out.
Oh, that's me. Sorry. I thought you said number 1. I want to shout out Landon Huslig over at Wichita Life.
Yeah.
He I get a lot of my weekly news just from his news updates that come out 3 times a week. So he's doing a lot of hard work reporting, doing some journalism around the city of Wichita. And I just want to give him a shout out because I don't think he gets it enough. So well done, Landon. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, love Landon, love Candace over at Wichita Life. Hopefully get them on the show sometimes as a co-host. I know he works during the day, and we'll get him on. Carbon.
Shout out to the Wicked City Roller Derby girls. They're awesome. They were out at the tattoo convention. They were collecting donations for Ember Hope. So they were raising some money, giving temporary tattoos to kids and adults. If they weren't ready for the permanent ink, they got some temporary. They had their own little booth set up. But the Roller Derby girls are always awesome. It's been forever. I need to make it over to catch one of their battles over at the Cotillion. But they're out there collecting funds, keeping the energy going, just awesome folks. So shout out to the Wicked City Roller Derby girls.
Do they ever have events over at Park City Arena as well? Do you know?
I don't know. I think the current iteration is doing everything at the Cotillion. I don't know.
Okay. I've been meaning to check them out. I know a lot of people have really, spoke well of them since it's a really good entertainment. So
absolutely.
Let's check out.
It's been a few years, but it's I need to go back, and it's hard because they're always on Saturdays, and I'm like, I'm working.
Yeah.
but
busy.
But they are highly recommended. They are entertaining. They keep it going. It's a fun, different thing that you don't get to see every day for sure. A great time.
All right, TKG number 1.
I want to give a shout out to Bob and Luigi's Pizza over in Andover. It's not a very far drive from Wichita at all. And the reason I want to give him a shout out is on this upcoming Monday, the 3rd, from 5 to 8 p.m., all food sales, 15% of all food sales will be donated to the Kansas Canine Rescue. And I just thought that was really cool that they were doing that. I went the other day, I got some pizza and actually bought a shirt from them and just to support them. And I'll be posting probably here in a couple of days about that fundraiser. But I also wanted to give Bob and Luigi's a shout out because in seeing that they were going to be participating in this, I looked at their page and they do a lot of this. They do a lot of these fundraisers where they'll donate 10, 15% of sales to X nonprofit. And we all know how tight the margins are in the restaurant industry. And that's a really big deal for a local mom and pop to do that. They've been around since 2001. And I do have to say, the first time I got Bob and Luigi's, I was not excited. I figured it wouldn't be that good. And I was quite impressed with the pizza. So if you haven't tried the pizza, give them a shot and give them a shot on Monday. And some of that money will go to a local not-for-profit that's helping dogs. And so that's it.
Awesome. Annette, bring us home.
That's wonderful. My praise is given to first responders. So this Monday we had National First Responders Day, and for people like the firefighters, recently a bunch of departments came into Sumner County, but also just on the northeast side of Wichita days ago with that fire that was near Stryker, the soccer complex. So that was a busy day, but we have these warm and dry days. Hopefully our TKG number 2 forecast pulls through with some precipitation or something, but those conditions make it really hard, and they have to pull in all these resources, and for like volunteer departments too, for firefighters. Wow. But there's more than just firefighters. Police, EMS, all these people have to be on standby and ready to roll, and we're so grateful for them.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, we will get these pictures of people posted on Facebook, and we'll have them vote on who's the best outfit, who's the least liked, and we'll get a donation made to Socktoberfest with Color the World Project. With that said, Dr. Robotnik, Sonic, Hocus Pocus, TKG 1 and 2, and to all the tenants at Town West, and to all those at home watching. We appreciate you hopping on. You've all been excused from the dinner table.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thanks, Eddie. See ya.
Thank you.